Greetings from Scandinavia. So the last time I talked to you, I think I had some bullet points, but I'm not gonna do bullet points today. Today, I think that I'm just gonna talk a little bit about being a coach. A long time ago, I think when I was a kid, in my late teens and the beginning of my 20s, I had a horrible lifestyle. I was drunk a lot, and I was just, changing jobs and moving around, and I was never in a place where I really wanted to be. I just ran around being crazy, and it was good. It was fun. I had fun, but I was kind of like lost. I did in my teens. I was interested in psychology, especially in Jungian psychology. That was something that just struck a nerve with me. I really enjoyed the little things that I heard about Jungian psychology, but I never studied Jungian psychology in any way. I just it was there and I knew about it. And what I did is I had this crazy lifestyle, lots of fun, but not a lot of responsibility. And then, as the world can be, universe can be, I moved to Sweden, from Iceland to Sweden. And in Sweden, my life kind of like, I landed in a better life. I was all of a sudden I was grown up. I was 26, and up until I was 35, my life, or 33, 34, my life was, kind of stable. And then I had a crisis, as we do. I had a crisis, a divorce. I became really, really, really depressed. I was really depressed. And after a suicide attempt, I got in contact with a psychologist. After like 2 sessions or something, it turns out, or in the second session, it turns out that this woman was a Jungian psychologist. And that was really interesting. And after 3 months of analysis, I don't want to say reborn because it sounds so silly in a way, but I found my way. I felt a lot better, and a part of me wanted even more than when I was in my teens, wanted to in some way find some way to become a psychologist. Was my first thought, but I was kind of an old. I thought then I was old, 35. But at least I didn't want to spend 4 or 5 years studying to become a psychologist. So I was looking into this, becoming a coach. And this is, mind you, this is it's more than 20 years ago, and I didn't really get the opportunity. Back then, there wasn't as much information. Even though there was information, maybe I wasn't that good of finding information about how to become a coach. The only thing I found was the ICF, which was the International Coaching Federation. And then back then, 22 years ago, it was like $5,000 to be certified, and I didn't know I could coach or help people without being certified. So it just never happened. Life kept on and on and on. And then maybe 2007 or something, I don't know, you guys might remember this also, then this movie came out called The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. I think it was based on her book, or the book came later. I don't know. But the movie came, and I saw the movie, and I must admit, my personal opinion, I think it was a horrible production. I think that the acting in it was horrible. I think all the effects in it, I don't know. I did not like the way the movie was made from an aesthetic point of view. But I did like the content. It struck a nerve with me. All this law of attraction and do things in a certain way and all these things. They really resonated with me. And what happened is I saw this movie. Somebody gave it to me on a USB stick. I saw the movie, and then I started Googling all the people, all the books mentioned and everything, I started really going into like, wow, I like this. And I found out what that little green book was that they talked about. And I started reading and listening and learning and watching videos, listening to audiobooks, and it really did make a big impact in my life, in my material life. I mean, I was all of a sudden I was using methods to get ahead in life, and it worked, and it was amazing, and it led me to make brave decisions. I decided at 39 that I was gonna 41 I was gonna become a programmer. I was gonna, no, not a programmer, a web developer. So all of a sudden I went to college for grown-ups and became a web developer and opened up a business and started selling web pages and started to make money off it. And I was living the life that was like described in the law of attraction. I wasn't a millionaire. I never made millions, but I was actually making a living doing what I wanted to do. And one thing led to another. I started another company, started doing other things, and I really had there was this thread of me wanting to serve people, help people, do something, coaching. But I wasn't the coach. Remember, I wasn't the coach. So, so what I did is, for one reason or another, I kind of stumbled into helping young unemployed people between the ages of 18 and 24. I helped them find jobs, essentially. It really went well. People came to me, spent some time with me. I kind of coached them and they got a job. But there was no lucrative. I mean, I couldn't make money doing this because people who I was helping, they didn't have the money, and the employers, they were like, just, you know, from a perspective of a business idea, it sucked. I did not make money. So I was doing other things while doing this, but I was drawn towards this coaching thing. So I did that for a few years on the side, and you know, would do this. And then I had another crisis. Ooh, life gave me another crisis. So I had a divorce again, and I had a really bad situation. I was down and out. Didn't feel well. I had my company, but I didn't like what I was doing, and it was like all of a sudden I was attracting crisis and drama, and things happened in my life. I now see that I kind of created some of them, but I didn't see that. I did understand enough to go look for help. First with friends, ask friends for help, and then I started doing what I had done before. Reading good books, getting with the program, you know, finding ways of, you know, working with myself and my personal development. And it worked out. I opened up a new company and then another company, and things started rolling again. And I was creating luck for myself again. But through all those years, I always had this feeling of, I'd really like to be like a coach or a therapist or a psychologist or something. I would like to be something that had to do with helping people. And then I kind of, all of a sudden I opened my eyes and I understood, wait a minute, I can coach people without having this ICF certification. I start looking around and boom, I found lots of educations that were like smaller educations. So I began with becoming a life coach. And then I studied that, and I did that for a while. And then I decided, maybe I'll become an entrepreneurship and business coach. Yeah, so I did that too. And then, let's add NLP on that. I want to be an NLP coach. Let's do that. And then coactive coaching. Let's do the coactive coaching. Learn how to be a coactive coach. So I did all these. I started hoarding coaching certificates that I can tell you in retrospect, maybe I should have started with ICF. But anyway, I did a lot of coaching education. I educated myself in becoming a coach. And I was kind of like, yeah, I like these things, but I don't think they're really serious. I mean, some of the education was really good education, but it was like online, on demand online. So I never got in contact with a teacher or a mentor or anything. And I saw this ad from something they called the Jungian Coaching School. And it was a rather expensive 6-month education, but it was a live education. And it meant that I would be having co-students, I would be having different teachers, and I would be having a mentor. And so I registered for that one, and I spent 6 months. My life changed again. It was just amazing how much I learned in this course. And I felt like, wow, I'm a Jungian coach now. I have this brand. This is like a stamp on me, a Jungian coach. I had a great diploma. Everything went well. Yippee-ki-yay. Started coaching and found clients. I did some coaching, and then I did more coaching. I did coaching in Swedish. I did coaching in English. I started getting coaching clients from the States, from Europe, Paris, and Denmark and Sweden. And I was all of a sudden, I was getting more and more coaching clients, and I really enjoyed coaching, and I got results. That is, the clients that came to me really, felt that they got results. They had a goal or had a dilemma or whatever it is, and they were satisfied, and they felt that I was a part of helping them changing something. Coaching is often about going from one situation to another situation. It's like a journey, and I can be some kind of a guide on that journey. And so what I did, I started seeing really great results with my clients. And I'm not saying I was surprised. I was there, so it was like, felt natural. But I was kind of like, what is this? And one, I got to tell you one point. Most of these is done online. And when I do it online, do it on Zoom, with the permission of the coachee. We record the sessions so that I can put them up, I have like a platform where the coachee can come and they can then look at their sessions again and again, so the sessions are there. And when I was, like a small thing, when you record it at Zoom, they create for you like they do the video file, of course, the audio file, and then they have like this transcript file. And I started taking these transcripts file, changing all the names, of course, and then analyzing, putting it into ChatGPT and analyzing what am I doing? Am I a life coach? Am I a business coach? Am I using coactive methods? Am I using Jungian coaching? And I realized, after analyzing this back and forth, that I was actually not doing Jungian coaching, but I was doing Jungian coaching. Not doing life coaching, but I was doing life coaching. Not doing coactive coaching, but I was doing coactive coaching. I had created, like, for over a period of sessions, I had created my own style, and the style I was using felt kind of unique. So I've been pretty proud of this. I really think that I found something there. I started calling it Jungian Synergy Coaching. Synergy being like all these different models and techniques together make something bigger than just So anyway, so that's something that I've created in a way. I mean, of course, a lot of people coach and they use different elements or different methods from different educations. But for me, in my specific situation, I mean, nobody can coach like me. Nobody is me. So in that way, it was unique. And I felt really I was doing something good. And I was facilitating, helping other people doing the work, changing. It's been really, really amazing. And it has actually led me to start documenting this. I'm writing down everything that has to do with how my technique is built and how this technique that I'm talking about, this method that I'm talking about, how this is, how it is. And so there's a book. There's a book on the way. It's like, it's growing. There's a book beginning to be in the works. And I've written it and then rewritten it and then rewritten it. And I think I'm in version 5 or something now, where I now take bits and parts of it and redefine them and make it a little bit better. So anyway, that was today's thing. I wanted to brag a little bit. No, I wanted to tell you guys what I love doing. And this is one of the things that I love doing. I do other stuff too. I have a studio, a pod studio, video and audio pod studio that I rent out to people. I have a co-office, co-working place, and I am a web developer still. So I do help people once in a while doing web pages, and I do a lot of stuff online also. So often I say I never work a minute a day because I'm just doing things that I really enjoy. But I do spend time at work also, sometimes just working. But anyway, this is today's long video. Will I see you tomorrow? I hope I will see you tomorrow. Have a really, really, really nice day.